Hello, everybody. Welcome to Shitcoin Talk episode sexy 69. I'm dumb, and I got my sexy boys here. We're gonna talk some coins, I guess, dude.
What's
What's up? What's up, guys? Need a coin? How's it going, man?
up, man? It's good. Busy day today. Kind of lazy now. Ready to sit down, just talk some shit coins.
Chill stream. Don't worry, dude. We're gonna chill out.
We're gonna chill. We're gonna
Yeah,
chat with Troll Box, chill out.
yeah, man. And we got Grow Digi. How's it going,
Yo
man?
guys, Grow Digi here, altcoin miner, trader, you know the rest. Kind of been busy the last couple of weeks, just getting back into the swing of things in January. So yeah, it's nice just to catch up with everyone and see what's going down.
Hell yeah, that's good. Yeah, we didn't even get a list of coins from anybody. Not a one. So we're looking for questions in the troll box, and I mean, I don't know. I guess that's about it, right?
Yeah. Besides that, we're just sad. Topia made us all sad.
Oh man, dude.
Yeah.
I forgot about that kind of. I did forget about it. I tried to, and then you just had to remind me again.
Well, it was last crypto year, but
Was it like 4 days ago or
4 days
something?
ago. Yeah, that's about a year in crypto.
Man, oh, that hurts. There
Yeah.
are a lot of good memories on there, man.
Yeah, I think the only thing that I'm really gonna suffer here is my dot bag. I'm
Oh,
dot
dude.
kind of goes down with Topia, so that's probably screwed. But besides that, we'll wait and see kind of the outcome here. See how much blood. I don't want to. Basically, right now, I'm writing a lot of them off. You know, the ones that are only on Topia that
Oh yeah.
yeah, you there a lot of them I'm writing them off. So if we get a bunch back, hey, this is gonna be beauty. Um, maybe it'll be a chance for another exchange to open up and take some of these small cap coins on. We'll have to wait and see, I guess.
Yeah, so a lot of the coins on Cryptopia are just like so old and stuff. Like I just don't know that they're gonna last, especially if they're like the only market, like you said. Then it just depends, I guess. We'll see how fast they come up, or if they do come back on. I don't know.
Yeah, and I think like a big thing too is a lot of these older coins like that are still small caps. They don't really have like the funding to get listed on some of these exchanges and stuff like that, right? Like they got into Cryptopia probably for a fairly reasonable price and stuff. So, yeah, that's kind of scary because you gotta kind of pay to play for a lot of these coins. It seems nowadays, but I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
I think what's hard is as well, or it's a lesson for people to learn, is that no exchange is safe, right? You know, you keep your coins on there. You do run the risk of kind of, the exchange going down, anything happening, they get hacked. It's a fine line because you do get some people who say, well, why do you keep your coins on exchanges? It's very hard not to if you're looking to sell the coin and, sometimes it might be a flash pump or something like that. So, best advice I always give with these things is if you're not wanting to hold your coin on the exchange or you don't feel comfortable or, etc., you can always hold it on a wallet, put an alert on that coin so you get an alarm go off when it's getting to your price. Gives you a bit of time to then send the coins over and trade them as and when you need to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good advice. That's more or less what I do. I set a lot of alerts. I have easily 500 alerts or so set. I like to know where the coins or the prices are at, but as it comes to leaving coins on exchange, you should never do that. But easier said for holders than traders, right? Traders
Yeah.
are always looking for that quick move, that quick flip. So
Yeah,
coins are
on a
usually
low,
in
like kind
action.
of lower volume exchange like Cryptopia, like you're talking about flash pumps and stuff. Like that's part of like the risk management, right? Like you leave coins on exchange, and like that's part of like I mean you pretty much write them off or whatever, but I mean that's part of the risk, I suppose, but also part of the reward too, right? Being ready, and then the other thing is a lot of these like Cryptopia coins, like some of the blockchains don't even work, or the wallet take you fucking a month to sync and stuff like that, or they take like a like thousand confirmations or something. So I don't
That's
know.
true.
It's all part of the game.
A good point, what you mentioned about risk management, is we only really find out the details of who owns these exchanges when something goes wrong. how many people are actually doing due diligence on the exchange owners themselves on where their funds are being held? You know, do you know if they're a registered company? Are they insured anyway? You know, so I guess, again, the more and more times this happens to people, I guess as a community, we should really be getting together and kind of self-regulating a little bit more, you know?
Man.
A big, like, when you go buy something from the store, you don't just leave it on the shelf, right? So, and just grab it later. So I kind of look at exchanges the same way. You kind of just get it and go, right?
Yeah.
I didn't plan on just like getting it and leaving it for them. Obviously, we all say the same thing. If you don't own the keys, they're not your coins, right? So, but yeah, overall, it just sucks. Not even so much about like losing coins opposed to losing potential markets, and a lot of these markets closing on coins that have been around for quite some time. Topia
Yep.
has some of the older coins.
A lot of older coins.
Yeah.
A lot of coins. Yeah. Someone mentioned, or SoCal mentioned that it was like a lot of the ERC20 tokens, or pretty much that. Maybe that was the most of it. Like, you know, Bismuth is on there, and Bismuth, they said that they have been tracking the wallet and they didn't get their coin stolen or anything. So it looks like, I don't know, just ERC20 tokens. So that's, I don't know.
We can pray.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's so sad. Why'd you have to bring that up, man? We're supposed to have a chill stream, and then you went too chill. You went like sad chill. Like now we just got a wallow, you know.
We're just gonna start. You just started off with a cry, you know. You just quick cry, get it over with, and move on. Yeah. Yeah, I cried enough tears for Utopia. I'm over you.
Yeah.
Just joking. Please come back.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I don't know why I agreed with that, dude. I was like, hey, I kind of need some of those coins on there, man. You know, it's funny because like on Cryptopia, I noticed like before all this shit went down, like there were a few markets that were frozen, and it said like for like duplicate trades or some shit, and a lot of them were ERC20s. Now that I think about it, so it's the kind of writing was on the wall. But you know, and you don't know how many markets they have and how many of them are frozen at any given time. It's, I don't know.
Yeah.
You don't really think about it.
Yeah, there's a lot going on around that time too.
Yeah, I was going to say one last point about keeping your coins on exchanges. I mean, nothing's pumping right now, so why are you guys even keeping it? Not like we're in 2017 out here, you know?
Yeah.
You've got time. Nothing's going to pump within 10 minutes and then come back down. If it moves, you'll have time to get your coins over there.
Isn't that the truth?
Damn, man, really putting a damper on the mood. Like, nothing's pumping. Exchanges are getting hacked.
It's cold.
Welcome to crypto.
I can't even keep the lights on. I have to like open the window, the blind, so I can see some light in here. Like, come on, man, give me something.
Yeah, nothing to give you, man.
Yeah. Oh well. All right. Well, yeah. At least we got that out of the way.
We get the ETF decision here in 6 days, but we probably don't get it because of the government shutdown, right?
Holy fuck! Are you serious? It all comes down to this day, and then Donald Trump just rails us, dude.
Who knows?
I don't know if that's how it works or not, but maybe that's a good like tinfoil hat.
Put it on.
You want me to put my tinfoil hat on? I don't have it anymore. I threw it away. I kept it like beside my TV for like a week, and then I kept looking. I was like, why the fuck do I keep this tinfoil hat? I can just make a new one. I have so much tinfoil, man. Well, what's going on in that troll box? It's not very lively in there. I think everyone's kind of moping. Everyone's moping around it. I don't blame them.
Sorry, I just started it off all soy here. Fucking soy boy with talk.
Soy boy. Yeah, I don't know. Alts in general are looking. They look okay. Like I don't know. Bitcoin is. I mean, it's at $3,600, so it's down. But I don't know. It's not looking as shaky as it was before. But who knows? That can change pretty quickly as well.
Yeah, we're coming up on the longest drought here. I think, like I've tweeted it before. We've had one. It was like 410 days or something like that. And we're coming up on, I don't even know what we are now. It's got to be close to 400 days now. So I feel like we're closing in on the longest drought. I'm hoping it ends soon. Overall, like really, like I don't, obviously this is bad, but then at the same time, coins are still staking. You know, there's mining plays out there. It's not all bad.
No.
If you're just following the price, it's pretty shitty. But there's still a lot going on.
Oh yeah, I mean, you talking about like mining and stuff. Like, I mean, this month for mining, it's on paper it seemed like it was gonna be crazy, and then actually the coins came out. Like Veil mining was not that great, and it's kind of a disaster. I've heard. I haven't tried to mine it, and then you got GRIN that came out the other day, and everyone's jumping all over that, talking
Yeah,
shit about
that
GRIN.
inflation is
It's so funny,
absolutely
dude.
terrible. I was looking at the inflation. That makes Zeke look good. That's that's terrible.
Everyone forgot about Zcash, and everyone's like, "Wow, I can't believe it dumped from $200 a coin to $4 a coin on GRIN." And it's like, well, I mean, what do you expect?
Yeah, that inflation is insane.
Funny.
Inflation can do that though. We've talked about that with Zeke many times on this show. So
Yeah.
A valid point. And I guess the thing is with proof of work projects as well, these are usually a lot more long term, you know. Nothing really kind of moves off the bat, and they take at least 6 to 12 months to kind of get settled, you know, get developed and go from there. I mean, it's interesting to look at GRIN and Beam and the two different funding models on them and how they're being received by the community as well. So on the one hand, you've got Beam, which is very much, you know, kind of VC backed, kind of modern coin. It's come out, and you know, it's not been that much attention. Then you've got GRIN, which is kind of a traditional, you know, old school proof of work coin, no pre-mine, no funding, you know, anonymous devs. This has kind of been really well received by the community. A lot of exchange listings straight off the bat, you know. So
Yeah.
kind of interesting to see how the community kind of takes to these two things. What's interesting as well, I think, in terms of mining, it's something not to be overlooked, is like institutional mining. So people are aware of institutional trading, institutional desks. I think it's probably the hidden element of crypto that people aren't talking about is institutional mining. These guys have probably been mining for the last year. You know, as an institution, they obviously want to find the cheapest costs. They probably have a better outlook on looking at it than your average miner in that they forecast themselves for a year or two in advance. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out on these kind of, you know, these coins that are coming out right now.
Yeah. And you're talking about institutional mining. Like, I mean, GRIN already has ASICs coming out.
There you go. I mean, these have already probably been planned well in advance and not kind of something that's come up overnight. I believe they've got two different reward systems with two different logos. So again, you can kind of see that institutional kind of touch now coming into the mining sector of crypto as well now.
Yeah. That. I guess it shouldn't have caught me by surprise because of the way they have their like mining algorithms laid out and stuff, and like basically it's gonna favor ASICs in the long run. I think that the rewards for GPUs will like drop down, and the rewards for ASIC on the mining will be good. So I guess it shouldn't have come as a surprise, but I mean it was damn quick. It was like a day, and then they announced some ASICs for it. You know.
I mean, I assume they probably mined on it for 2-3 days before they announced the launch, or however long they had them made for, you know.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, I'm not paying attention. I mean, I have to pay attention because this is like the hot topic. But really, there's other coins out there that I'm mining. I'm not touching GRIN or anything that's come out this month. Really, there's too many people on it, man.
It's true, and it's a valid point. You know, as you guys have probably learned in crypto over the last year or two, however long you know you guys have been here and talking to the audience here. It's always best to look at something when no one else is, and when everyone else is looking at something, look elsewhere. You know. There's a lot of opportunity.
Or when everyone's looking at what you were looking at, you should just dump all over them, I suppose, right?
There you go, the trifecta.
Yeah, kind of the funny thing. You're like, oh, only one or two people are looking at it, and then you just go over to Twitter and type in the hashtag, and you just see how many people are on it. You're like, yeah, never mind, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of people going after it, but
I don't really search like hashtags or hashtags on Twitter, but sometimes I do, and I'm kind of surprised by some of this stuff. Like, I mean,
mostly they're just bots, right, for the most part. But
yeah, the bots have ruined it, man. I used to farm those hashtags, dude. I used to just sit there and refresh them because there was actually like the original tweets and stuff, and now it's just price I don't know, whatever alerts and shit.
And someone in the chat mentioned how we talked about 10x, and I thought I might as well touch on it because the CEO left this week.
Ooh, I see.
Kind of just a signal for a lot of these proof of work projects and what their aim was and what they were looking to do. They're kind of now coming with the violin out saying, oh, it's not worked out as we'd hoped, etc., etc. But they raised enough money to should have been able to fund themselves for years. So, you know, kind of it's a reflection of the wider ICO market. Some guys are taking the plunge now. Some guys are doing it alone. Some projects are doing it as a team and just refunding or shutting down. But I just think this is kind of going to be the signal for 2019 is coin delistings and teams breaking up, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, wait, when did they announce their man left? Because it's been pumping like hell the last like
Right,
30
there you
days.
go. Enough. I left and it actually started pumping. I think it was earlier on this week.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
looks like
it's
the
up like
30th
70.
of December it dumped pretty
Oh,
hard.
sorry, yes. A couple of weeks, yeah. So
Yeah, it's pumping. That's funny.
I mean, ironically enough, it's probably an indication that they didn't have any confidence in the CEO, and then as soon as he's left, people are more happy to invest in the coin because they're like, all right, fuck it, it's got a better direction.
Yeah, for sure. That's kind of funny. I mean, the chart's wrecked, but it's funny that you see that. Like you can kind of see the volume here. I'm assuming that's when the shit went down, and then you can fucking see everyone. Whoop, like, gotcha. Thank you. I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's what that is. Big
That's a big
gotcha.
fuck you. That's a big fuck you candle, dude. I haven't
Yeah.
seen one of those in a minute.
I mean, just touching on that as well, there seems to be a lot of staff being laid off in crypto right now. So some people can see that as a negative, but someone who's kind of got a project in this space and looks at projects all the time, I actually see it as a positive because there's a wealth of talent available in crypto right now that are now looking for work. This time, maybe 18 months ago, 2 years ago, you couldn't buy these guys. You couldn't pay them enough to come and want to work on a project with you, or they wanted paying up front. Now people are a lot more kind of willing to say, right, okay, I'm looking for work. I want to stay working in crypto. Let me see what's available out there,
Yeah.
If you're running a project right now, you want to set something up, now is a really good time to kind of look for staff who are already got 2 years experience behind them now. Get them on your team.
You can kind of tell like based off of charts or just looking at the coin and the community, like which coins are not like poised to be successful in the next year. Like I mean, like Tron is like everyone hates Tron, everyone talks shit, but I mean they have a lot of funding and they got like they're actually like one of the few that are hiring. I've mentioned it a few times on my stream. Like it definitely shows in the chart and stuff, and like I don't know. It's just one example, but and then you got like Substratum, who's like literally trying to trade with their money, so that and publicly like saying that they're gonna take positions in Ethereum and stuff, and it's just like, oh, like what the hell, man. So I'm sure you're gonna see a lot of them fold in the next few months.
Yeah, I think this was the same with like traders companies. Everybody kind of had the same thing. Bitcoin hit a certain price, everybody starts like banking a budget based on that price, right? So then all of a sudden things start to fall apart, and it's hard to pay out now because your budget does not make sense. Yeah, I know a lot of people who are just, instead of taking a lump sum at the top or whatever near the top, they were just taking out like a paycheck, right? And where opposed to you probably should have been taking a little bit more money at that time. But and I think the same thing with a lot of these ICOs and stuff like that. Just want to touch back on what I was saying earlier about Bitcoin. The longest Bitcoin correction was 410 days. We went down 85%. The current Bitcoin correction is now currently sitting at 396 days, and we're at minus 82%. So we're 3% off, and we've got about 14 days left to go until this will be, the worst one yet. I think the thing that's different now is you have a lot more variety, right? So it's kind of a good and a bad thing. The bad thing is it's hard to get attention on a coin that's doing something good right now because there's so many distractions everywhere, right? There's companies with large money investing to make you, they're hiring people. Let's just say that they're looking to hire people in this community, and they keep keep you talking about their coins. And yeah, whereas opposed to some of these older coins don't really have the money for all that, so they kind of fade away times like this. Whereas in 2014 there was still a small select group of coins. 2014, 2015 there's still like a small select few coins. So, you know, when anything exciting happened like Dash and stuff like that, everybody was looking, right? Everybody was watching. Whereas now, like even with the mining plays, there'd been nothing forever, and now all of a sudden you see it again, right? Like a whole bunch all at once kind of thing. And mining, in a sense, it works like, obviously mining's great and it's probably better than the ICO model, but in a sense it kind of works the same, right? You're either giving the funds to the guys up top one way, or you're giving the funds with the guys with the miners. So it kind of depends each way who you depend on long term is going to be with the project for more time, right? But a lot of mining plays are just quick hops, so that's why you get the quick hype. That's why GRIN's everywhere. Everybody knows, like everybody you see that's tweeting about how awesome GRIN is right now has a miner on, and they want to dump on your ass. Like that's why you're seeing the hype, right? And eventually they're gonna want to mine something else. Something else will come along, and they'll stop tweeting about GRIN because they no longer have a bag. They don't care about it or nothing anymore. So it's a lot to do with just accountability, right? You got to get into a project where you know the guys are going to be around for a while. They're going to keep working no matter what the price of Bitcoin is and all that, right? Not just looking
That's
for
the
a quick
dream.
buck.
That's the dream, to find a coin like that, you know? It seems like a dream, dude.
Does nowadays. After 396 days, it definitely does.
I can't even remember the last time I've had a coin pump for me. I can't remember anything, dude. It's been so long.
There's been a lot of like little pumps that have happened, and they were happening kind of sporadically, which is almost nice in a sense for someone like myself who holds more bags or likes to hold more bags. So now there was a few moves like this 10x here right now, right? That's nice to see it like regain from where it was, right? But overall, it's not really pumping; it's more or less recovering, right? So
Yeah,
there's
I
a
like the
difference
charts that
between the
say
two.
like breakout. Look, it's breaking out, and I don't know. I saw it on Twitter, like I was like breakout, and then it's like you zoom out, you're like, bro, I can't even see it. Like what?
Yeah.
That 20% candle, I can't even see it, dude. I don't even know where it is.
You're like, fuck. Yeah, you see one and they're like, oh, this is doing so good. And you're like, man, I was down like 60% on that bag. And you go back and look, you're still down like 58%.
Yeah.
Like, oh, fuck you guys.
Yeah. Like, wow, that's weird. My alerts didn't hit. And you're like, oh, no, well, no wonder why. It went up like fucking 4% or something.
And the only thing that feels like it's pumping right now is new podcasts coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Everyone wants a podcast nowadays. I mean, you guys know who the original guys are, right? You know, all these copycats coming out. But, you know, I mean, I would say like this, there's plenty of spaces in crypto for you to come up with a business or a project or an idea or service. Just like when everyone else is doing, you know, everything at the same time, it's no different from piling into a coin at the top, I guess.
Yeah.
When everyone's talking about it on Twitter, when everyone's kind of shilling it, you know, there's only so many bag holders that can go around. And I guess with podcasts, there's only so many listeners that can go around, you know.
What he's saying is stop trying to steal our fucking views.
Yeah,
like, just
dude,
log
we
into
haven't done an
shitcoin
episode
talk.
we haven't done an episode in like 3 weeks, dude.
But you know that's great about us though. We don't have to have an episode every single day, right? I like though when there was more podcasts coming on the scene, because there was a time when there wasn't very many, and that's kind of why this all originated, right? Was because there wasn't much good information or good podcasts or anything out there,
I didn't even
right?
know there
So
were crypto podcasts hardly.
most of the ones that were around had shut down prior to us even starting, right? So yeah, but now, yeah, it's definitely becoming a flooded space, and you want to help out as many as you can, but there's no fucking chance I'm going to watch 6, 7, 8 hours of podcasts per day. So.
No, you could just watch 6 hours of shitcoin talk in a row.
Yeah, you could just check out the last episode. Yeah.
Oh man, good
Too
time.
good. But
Some guy mentioned the ETH Constantinople, so the delay on the ETH thing this week.
Oh yeah, because there was just like a security, like a flaw in it or something that would have been kind of bad to put live. I think that's what it was.
It's
Why
a
they
valid.
deleted it. So
It's a good point because I mean we were talking recently amongst ourselves about how vulnerable people found out they were with ETH when all the tokens got taken from Cryptopia. So in effect, everything's just on one address,
yep.
and it's just linked all together. And when you think about it, ETH's going to do a switch to proof of stake quite soon. This needs to go as smooth as possible because even if there's one issue with it when it goes live and the network goes down, if you just think of how much capital potentially of coin market cap is sat in these tokens and on ETH, it pretty much just destroy the industry, I guess. You know, even if it got fixed, it would be a hard pill to swallow, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, proof of
there's a
stake is
lot of
pretty big.
there's a lot of things about the token that are very appealing though. Like if you were to walk into the space without ever like knowing about crypto or anything, Ethereum, if you were to explain crypto to someone, Ethereum would be the example you would choose because it's a lot more relatable than Bitcoin. For instance, I can tell someone like having a token wallet is basically like having a debit card. When you walk up and you go to pay and it says checking or savings account, right? It's kind of like an Ethereum wallet. You can pick and choose which token you want to use and pay with and stuff. So for that sense, it's really appealing. It's all in one and stuff. But all in one is generally also a very bad idea. So
Yep.
yeah. But
yeah, there's no like, I mean, not that Bitcoin's anonymous or anything, but like, I mean, yeah, it's all in one address. So basically, if you put all your stuff on there, you've got it all just sitting there. Everyone can look at what you got. So I don't know. When I first started using Ethereum, when I first used it, I didn't realize it was all like that. And then I was like, where do I get my Ethereum address? Where am I supposed to send these tokens? And like, oh, they're just going to your Ethereum. I was like, wow, that's kind of cool. But
yeah, it's super friendly, like user friendly in that sense, and you can explain it to someone and they understand it quite quickly, right?
yeah,
And then when you're dealing with the token, you don't even have to explain all the other things about like supply and inflation and mining and
yep.
hard forking and yada yada, all that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Yes.
this coin that you can put other coins on, and
But
you
that's
just get,
why the bubble happened with ETH, right? Is because of those reasons that we just spoke about.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the switch.
I mean,
Oh, go ahead.
no, I was just going to say, I guess it's just a friendly reminder sometimes that this space is still very, very new. ETH itself is like 3 years old, coming 4, since the mainnet's been released. So there will always be teething problems with these things. And I guess sometimes it's just a learning curve. I mean, some of you guys might not have been around for when the first ETH ICO happened, the DAO hack. That's kind of how we came about with ETH Classic. So again, it was a learning curve at the time. They were like, right, well, ETH's too big to fail. We've got to do something. They did a rollback of the chain. Some people weren't happy. ETH Classic came about, and that's just kind of how we developed since then. So just a reminder sometimes that these things are always learning as we, we're always kind of improving, developing as we go along. It's still a very, very new space.
Oh yeah, the switch to proof of stake that's a pretty huge like thing for Ethereum. So I would imagine that I don't know if they even announced when they're gonna do the fork, but I'm sure they're okay with pushing it back as long as they need to. Because yeah, like you said, if they fuck that up, man, there's a lot of people are gonna be unhappy. like everybody, I'm pretty sure.
It's true. Someone in the chat mentioned about maybe suggesting a new exchange for using now that Cryptopia is gone.
Trade Ogre.
Yeah, I think a few guys mentioned GraviX, Trade Ogre, Crex. Again, I think all it comes down to is just don't, feel like this exchange is now your wallet. If you're going to trade somewhere else, just kind of take the lessons from what happened at Cryptopia and, just be safe, really.
Yeah, and always make sure to check the wallets before you log in somewhere. Make sure the wallets are working. Nothing worse than logging into an exchange, buying a coin, and noticing that the wallet's in maintenance and probably will be forever. So yeah, Yeah, exactly. So
Fucking Mercatox, dude. Don't maybe like stray away from Mercatox if you can help it. But
yeah, no, I did just there's something shady about that I just don't like.
dude,
So
well, the first time I went on there, I was buying like whale coin, and then I was looking on the ticker feed, and they got all the coins there, and it's like so and so coin down 480%. I was like, wait a second, I don't even think that's possible. Like, how the hell is that even the thing, dude? And there was like, and then I sorted by like highest to lowest percentage gain and loss, and there was like 10 coins that were down over 100%. I was like, yikes, dude, this is not where I want to have my money at.
yeah, no, it's painful just sitting there in maintenance on a coin. So just make sure if you can get it, if you're logging into an exchange, understand the rules and stuff about it. Make sure the wallets aren't in maintenance so that
Yeah.
you can buy the coins, get the hell out of there, right? I always like to get the wallets too. Make sure you get the wallet, kind of see if you even like the wallet before you get the coin, because if you don't like the wallet, trust me, you don't want the coin. So
Right. Yeah.
there's nothing worse than loving a bag and hating a wallet.
Oh, it's the worst, dude.
It's the worst feeling.
I'll mention with like Trade Ogre and stuff, the wallets, I mean, they're so easy because they have like web wallets. They just like create your address and your private key. You don't even have to download a wallet. It's just like a code. Like,
Oh,
I don't know,
okay.
you know. So, but those are like the
I haven't
crypto,
even
like,
used it.
yeah. But I mean, and then there are some other wallets that are just painful to operate and also kind of scary. So, wallets are scary, man.
Well, storing your coins just in general, the whole thing's scary. Like, really, like the wherever you're gonna leave them, there's gonna be some sort of risk, right?
Yeah.
It's true. Just touching on that, there was something a few days back where there was a transaction noted. I think it's like 22,000 Bitcoin or something, had gone from a Bittrex cold wallet to another cold wallet. And we're just laughing about it, thinking, imagine the guy who had to send that transaction, right? How nervous.
Dude. Like, I
So,
don't even know if they send a test or anything first.
right.
Like, go like I don't know if they have like 10 guys just like take turns to the computer, like verify, and they're like, "Yep, okay, it looks good." Like, who pushes the button on that one, man?
It's true. And I think that's just a very valid point. Whether it's 20 odd million that you send in, or whether it's $20, storing and transferring coins is difficult sometimes. So just take your time with it. Be as
Oh
careful.
yeah, yeah.
Know,
There's not really a like a raw like I don't know. It's I check like well some of these addresses are crazy long, but I've kind of learned that like it's really like it's almost impossible for a Bitcoin address to like be duplicated or very close to it. So I always check like the first six and the last six and the middle six, and I
yeah.
do a test. And I mean, dude, you really got to take your time with that. Like if you're rushing to send money like somewhere like now, like maybe it's not the best idea. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
It's funny. I don't think that'll ever change. I don't think after 20 years in this space I'll ever just fire it off. I'm always reading over the wallets and making sure I copied it right. And yeah, it's terrible. I think I've tried one time in my life like rattling off an address. Just yeah. And I'll
dude,
never do that again.
dude,
That was
there was it was on like I think it was on Block Talk. You guys know who Jesse Couch is, right? I'm sure
yeah.
you guys do. There was one episode Alex showed me, and it's of Jesse Couch reading off a hemp coin address, and he reads it off letter by letter on the stream. It was the funniest thing I've ever heard. It was like a minute straight of just him saying numbers and letters. Like,
Yeah, that's
don't do that.
ridiculous. No,
Don't do that. Oh man.
good time.
Yeah, for sure. Man, what else is going on? Anything else? What is this? Do you think a lot of people will store their coins in digital asset banks like Galaxy Digital? I don't know what that is. You know what that Galaxy Digital is? You heard of this? Oh, we lost Grow Digi.
Oh, I didn't know. No, I don't know what that is. Like the asset management company, is that what he's talking
Oh,
about? Or is there a crypto company?
Novogratz company. I guess it's just somewhere that holds
No,
your
yeah, okay. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I like that, I guess, but the future will tell. They're like I always say this all the time, and I like to always from the start since I've been in this space, we've just constantly been growing, right? So like as we constantly just continue to grow. We're going to find a better way of doing everything. Like we have to find a better way of doing ICOs still. We have to do a better way of doing mining coins, pre-mines. We got to figure out so many things yet in crypto. So in the future, do I see people holding their funds with companies? Like, absolutely, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know, Fidelity gets involved here. Say someone like that, Fidelity gets involved here. A lot of people are going to have their assets with them and stuff like that. So the future will tell, right?
Oh,
It's
sure.
true. And just touching on what you guys mentioned before about, you know, the addresses and how complex it is. There's a couple of coins that I'm reviewing for proof of review right now. And the one thing that stood out in both of them is the ease of use in kind of, you know, trying to send the money from one person to another. So they're basically looking to introduce a username now rather than an address.
Finally.
Finally, right? I mean, now it acknowledged that, you know, an address is very clunky, it's very cumbersome, you know, it can be easily kind of misread, mistyped, etc. So yeah, we've got a couple of reviews coming out. They'll be out next week or the week after, and then yeah, you know, it's nice to see the space kind of developing. I mean, these are the things that developers are working on right now that maybe people don't see, but you know, are kind of making life a bit easier for the end user, hopefully at some point in the future.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, I can't believe it's taken this long for. I mean, I maybe there was a coin that has had nicknames or whatever, but I mean, dude, I mean that's. I just can't believe it's taken that long. You know, crazy. Yeah, I mean, and we were talking about like storing like your funds with companies. I mean, like people do it with Coinbase already. Even and it's not like even for that, like you know. So I think people
I mean,
store their stuff wherever it's easiest. Unfortunately, sometimes it's not the
yeah, there
best.
you go. I mean, for all the guys thinking about doing a podcast, there's another business idea for you. Instead of doing a podcast, you know, set up a digital bank or something like that.
Yeah. Just buy like 20 treasers and then have people pay you to send for them to send you their money, but on your treasure at home.
Yeah, get yourself insured, get yourself registered as a, you know, financial company or something like that, and there you go, as a business ready made there.
Damn it.
You know?
Maybe we should have done that. I should have done that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not too late, dude. I'm gonna log off of this and see like 10 people on Twitter like, hey, come send money to me. And everyone's like, yeah, cool, man. Damn.
Mentioning that, so I don't think we've had a show since the whole Milky drama and the guy got off with people's money. I mean, for you guys, I mean, you know, what else do you expect? You know, the guy's not your family. He's not your close friend. You don't know this guy in real life. And yet you're sending this guy hundreds of dollars because he said his mom was ill or something. I don't know. I mean, people come out with all sorts of lies in crypto, you know. Just man up a little bit. Just remember that pretty much most of the guys that you're talking to are not real, or if they are, they're chatting shit. And just take it as that, right? You know, if someone, come on, bro. I mean, if someone, if my best friend come up to me in real life and just said, "Yo, bro, can I borrow $500?" I'd be like, "For what?" I'd want in detail shit about what's going on.
Dude.
Visiting his mum in hospital for the cancer, giving her flowers, you know, grapes, all that. You know, do a bit of due diligence on the guys who are kind of after
grapes. Wait, giving their flowers and grapes? Is that what you said?
I think I said bro
like,
ditching more money than I give my
let's
best
say
friend.
someone said the mum's got cancer, right? You're gonna go to the hospital with a guy and say, "Yo, bro, let me see your mum, man. Make sure she's all right and shit." You know what I mean?
God damn. Well, yeah. And the other thing is like it kind of, I think that he got off pretty easily because everyone was like treating it as a joke. Like people were honestly like almost like just like bragging about how much money they gave this person.
It's
Like,
true.
holy fuck, dude. So
I mean,
I don't know.
This was out here on the road and someone took a couple of $100 from your pocket. You're just gonna stand there and, you know, tweet about it. You're gonna do something. You're gonna man up a bit and, you know, learn a lesson from it. You know.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. But I mean, just touching on that, this will probably be the theme throughout 2019. I remember 2015 very well. And all the guys who were BitMEX traders then had sub stories that the cat was dying or the mum was dying or the house has got robbed or something like that. So just take it as a rule of thumb. If the guy trades on BitMEX and then never asks you for money, he's a gambler and, you know, he's going to throw it away on BitMEX.
he's addicted.
Pretty much. And the next one is probably the HRXO, which leads us nicely onto this. So this actually seems like a nice platform for me because it seems like it's smart options trading or smart options. So basically the idea being, if you're not a very technical guy and reading charts, you can pretty much just trade on this by gambling or guessing the price of the next, candle that comes out, whether it's going to be higher or lower. So I definitely think this has got room in the market. Just a question of whether these guys, kind of build on what they're doing and, it gets adopted by the wider public without people going to like Gamblers Anonymous and shit,
Oh man, there's some people that probably belong in Gamblers. Maybe I belong there. I mean, fuck, dude, I kind of did a overview of what first of the year, kind of went through all my shit and saw wrote, made my spreadsheet, updated my spreadsheet. It's like some of the stuff on there is like, holy crap, like why do I have these coins? Like I still have like woman coin and like idol coin and just these weird like shit coins. Like, yeah, I'm definitely a gambler, dude. Like, I don't even know what this stuff is.
It's like, you want to go to the casino? It's like, bro, I'm at the casino all day, every day.
every
I live
day,
at
dude.
the casino.
And sometimes when I'm at the casino on my computer doing these charts, like sometimes the casino disappears with all my money in it. It's like gambling with the casino. I don't know. It's crazy. Good times, man.
Pretty much.
I think the site will be pretty popular though overall. Like, in my opinion, just you play with the 100 coins they give you or whatever. Like, you don't have to go spending money on it and whatnot. But I've been playing around. I was having some fun last night. Actually, I went on there and I clicked around for a little bit and dicked around and lost a bunch.
Yeah. It's kind
fun.
of refreshing that you don't actually have to send your Bitcoin to this place.
Yeah, they're not asking for anything. Just kind of using the free one that they gave you, and just having a little bit of fun with it. So
yeah,
no,
is it gambling or is it trading? Because some people are trying to justify it as trading. I'm pretty sure it's like there's literally like a button that says moon and there's a button that says wrecked and like.
Or is it like a game?
Yeah, I guess it's more of a game, but I don't know.
I mean, the safest way I can suggest to trade on a smart option platform like that is anytime there's bad news, just trade, trade the news. Because I mean, it's instant. You can get a 5-minute trade you can put on. You're not then having to look for risk reward, etc. You're getting paid on the next candle. If you're learning how to trade on this a method like this, just build a strategy around something as simple as that. You don't need any technical analysis, no indicators, none of that bullshit.
Yeah.
Just
the only thing that's tricky about it is like if there's too many people against you, then you don't even stand to make any money, and it's like your risk reward is just terrible. So it's kind of funny how it works.
I kind of look at it as this is a casino with the house having to basically cover themselves,
Yeah.
So I think people just take that on board and just acknowledge it as such. There is a limit to what you can do on platforms like this because the house is always at risk of, if everyone's always right and they get cashed out, the house goes bankrupt.
I'm just waiting until I can short some altcoins. Some of them, like there's some that would have been great to short. That's the dream. Margin shorting on some shit coins. Oh,
I'm very surprised that no platform has offered this right now. So I seen smart options starting to come in around Q3 of last year. Kind of was really interested in it at the time because it seemed like, yes, this is the holy grail that we all want. We can show ICOs, we can show shit coins, we can show mining coins, and we don't have to hold any of the assets. We just basically put a gamble on, put a trade on for a set time period, and there we go. It doesn't seem to have really taken off, and I think again the reason being is I guess it's either so highly regulated in Western markets that it's very difficult to push out. I don't imagine this would be allowed in the States. And the second thing is, it only takes one person to get wrecked on it and complain to the wrong people, and the government will shut them down. So again, I think this is something in development, like what we've seen with when BitMEX came in 2015. And people were like, what the fuck's options? I don't want to trade on this shit. I want to buy the coin at, at Bitfinex or Coinbase or Bitstamp.
Yeah.
Whereas now you see people would prefer to buy the option because they don't want to hold.
People only trade on BitMEX. Some of them
There you
only
go.
trade.
Not actually buying any Bitcoin on BitMEX. I don't know what people don't understand about this. You're
Yeah.
literally buying a worthless contract.
Yeah.
You don't hold any underlying value in the money you've put in the trade. You know, you don't that none of that. Well, yeah, technically you traded in Bitcoin, but at the end of the day, you know, you're not buying any Bitcoin with it.
Yeah.
So anyway, kind of in a nutshell, yeah, I think smart options are probably the next thing in the next 12 to 24 months. Something like this might really start off the bull run, but then I find it difficult to kind of say that in the same breath when I'm thinking the people are going to be shorting a lot of the stuff on smart options. So again, you know, it's all about kind of perception, I guess, even though they're not holding the assets, they're not able to bring the price down. If everyone's kind of talking shit about it and, you know, shorting it on a smart asset, the sentiment won't really be good around the project. But anyway.
Yeah. It will be interesting to see how it works out.
Yeah, it's true. Someone mentioned in the chat when popular decentralized exchange which lists all coins for free. I believe IDEX already do that.
Oh yeah. But they're doing KYC.
Yeah, but they're
soon.
doing so
It's
If
over.
anyone thinks that, you know, you can trade in this space freely in the next 2 years plus
yeah.
Probably
without
not.
you know, I'm just gonna say it now. Them days are gone. The idea that you could, you know, have a Bitcoin and cash it in and transfer around it anywhere without anyone asking any questions where it's come from and what you're doing with it, them days are gone.
Yeah. The only thing I would say about that is, I mean, there are like things like Mimblewimble and stuff are coming out, but like in the end, like what are you gonna you gotta cash it out for fiat or you know.
Exactly.
So I mean, as the regulations get harder, like there will be new technology for people to take advantage of that stuff. But
It's true. Henry Phillips in the chat mentioned local bitcoins. They already do KYC, so you already have to KYC if you're selling on there, and I believe it's the same if you're buying as well.
yeah,
Brent mentioned decentralized exchanges. Again, you know, we've seen with the example of IDEX that, you know, they do or they are introducing KYC. I mean, someone's mentioned BISC. Again, you know, decentralized exchange, not used their platform, so I'm not familiar with it, so I don't really want to say too much about it. But again, you know, how I see it is there will always be the low key under the counter exchanges that will never go anywhere. Just as you get the shit coins coming out, you know, that will never stop no matter how much regulation it comes in. But again, you have to ask yourself at some point, do you want to be using exchanges that are regulated and are open, or do you want to use ones that are not just so you can hide your details for KYC, right?
right, yeah. Someone mentioned ATMs, but you can sell without KYC. I mean, there's some ATMs, but it's like a very small limit, I think, without having to put your.
And again, the ATM owner's putting himself at risk there unnecessarily. I mean, he's responsible for doing a level of due diligence in case the government come after him. Again, it's not practice from him because he's the one who's going to get in the shit if someone's, you know, trading a lot of money in and out without any proof. They don't give a shit. It's the owner who's in trouble, right?
Oh yeah, and the fees associated with ATMs. That's what he mentions too. 20%. I've seen close to that. In Vegas, I saw one that was like 15 or 16%.
Yep, I used one in Vegas and that was about 8% or so, and I was like, "What? Are you mad?"
Yeah, that's a decent fee, I would say for Vegas at an ATM. Hell yeah, man.
So again, there's another business idea for you if you're thinking about doing a podcast. Start up an ATM.
Dude, we're just handing them out, man.
You know what I mean?
Godson mentioned CoinStar accepting change for Bitcoin.
So they're the
hear
guys
about
who accept the penny and 2 penny
Yep.
pieces, right?
Yep. At the grocery store.
It's a perfect fit because I mean, if you go, usually, you know, they take a fee anyway. That money is usually a bonus. It's not like people are living month to month off the coppers that they've saved up, right?
Yeah.
You know, so if someone's going in there like every few months with £50, $50, $100, whatever, it's easily $100 worth of crypto you can get, and it don't have to be Bitcoin. You could buy a Litecoin with $50 right now, a couple of Litecoin. I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that I read the like infographic or whatever, but they are almost positive they're gonna do driver's license scanning and stuff on CoinStar. So like you said, there's liabilities for people like ATM owners and stuff. So I'm sure these companies, that if they're gonna do it, it's great. But I'm almost positive they're all gonna have some sort of KYC in there for sure. They think they have to.
100%. I mean, the only way I can see a guy fully escaping KYC in crypto in the future is if he's a miner. And
Yeah.
even then, to some point, usually, I mean, unless he sells all his stuff OTC, if he has to register on an exchange at some point and he wants to get the maximum return for his coins, so he's going to be selling them on a, you know, Bittrex ad or something like that, I don't see anyone escaping it, to be honest. You know,
Yeah.
if you don't do it, the only way I can say get around it is get a fake ID or something, right? Not that I'm saying get one, but
That's another business idea, dude. Go start making
right.
fake IDs.
You guys who are good at Photoshop and all that, you know, get on the
Yeah.
dark market or
Oh
whatever.
man, that's funny. I was gonna say something, but I can't remember what it was.
While we're talking about that, shout out to my man, Infamous XBT, for his rebrand and design work. That's a prime example of a guy who's putting his skills to use and getting paid for it in crypto.
Yeah.
You know, if people in here say, I want to make crypto, but I don't want to know what to do and I want to get paid. Well, I mean, if you're an accountant, then don't start doing graphic design or offering it. You know, stick to what you're good at, man.
Yeah.
It's just simple as that. You know, you can offer a service in this industry if you've got experience and skill in it and get paid. No one is going to say anything to you for it either. It's what we need.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Bitcoin is not going to be a store of value forever, you know?
No. You mentioned OTC desks and stuff like that. I don't know if you know, but do you have to do KYC with like an OTC like?
Bro, so there's two types of OTC here. There's the cash guys, and then there's the legit guys. Now they both obviously have their own market. Now I read somewhere that London is the kind of money laundering capital in the world for Bitcoin ATMs, and it makes absolute sense, you know. And there's international mafias here. These guys want to kind of launder their money. There's ways and means around it at ATMs. And again, you know, I'm not condoning what they do, but there's, you know, there's businesses out there who are growing their ATM business based on this, you know. So there's plenty of opportunity for it. I mean, in terms of OTC desks, again, right now, if you're going to set something like this up, do it in a market now while it's quiet, rather than trying to do it in the middle of a bull market. My friend used to sell regularly on local Bitcoins. And he basically built his reputation in 2015 and in 2017 because of his, you know, 1,000+ reviews or feedback.
Yeah.
That's how he was able to really kind of have a bigger business than the newer guys who were starting up in the middle of a feeding frenzy, you know?
Oh man, some of those guys on Bitcoin or not local Bitcoins, man, they've got some crazy profiles.
Right. You know, I mean, these guys are doing up to 100,000. God knows what they do behind closed doors.
Oh man, I've thought about that a few times. Just like if you ever sold on there and got cash or what, something like, man, wonder where this came from. Like a dark basement just filled with freaking cash and Bitcoins or something, man. Who knows what happened in there?
Yeah.
Shit. Oh, CoinStar. SoCal says CoinStar charges a 4% fee on top of a $200 Bitcoin premium. So at $200 Bitcoin premium, that's like 6 or 7% or something, and then another 4%. So yeah, I guess it's like an ATM. So I mean, it's like people send their change to that thing all the time. So I guess it's good. It's adoption, right? Is that what we need? We just need adoption, man.
It's true. I mean, we've gone through that phase of everyone wanting to get rich, and now everyone believes in the tech. So if you believe in the tech, start using crypto, man. Just don't keep it stored around. You've got to spend it to kind of get attention for it, you know?
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Yep.
I ain't spending any of my fucking coins at this price.
Yeah, there you go.
Hell no, dude. But will you spend your change to buy Bitcoin at this price?
Yeah, no, not me at this point, but I do see the appeal in it for people just starting out. I think it's a little harder, like with Bitcoin being priced so high to interest people. Say, oh yeah, you could put 5 cents towards a Bitcoin. It doesn't really interest people. How long until I get a Bitcoin? Well, never, but At least
Yeah.
we thought about the idea. But I do see some of those things being pretty big. I do think like kind of what did you say in a sense, not maybe the money laundering part. Probably shouldn't listen to that part. But no, there's lots of parts that in crypto that you can make money in. That's like you mining, staking, master nodes, podcasts, selling T-shirts, like merchandise and
Making
stuff.
banners on Twitter.
Yeah,
all that
like
stuff.
there's tons of things you can do to try and involve yourself and to make a little bit of money. So um, don't always have to just sit there and wait for Bitcoin price to go up. Obviously, I like to look at it if Bitcoin price goes up, it's kind of like a win-win, right? You kind of got your payday on your coins from whatever it is you're doing, mining, staking, masternodes, podcasts, t-shirts, whatever, banners. But then also you get the reward of Bitcoin going up also, right? So
Yeah. Feels good, man.
yeah, but no, I'm not expecting any major move from a Bitcoin standpoint right now. I think we're gonna stand around this area for a while. It's kind of chill.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah, because there's still a lot of people. You can see it even in my Twitter. There's still a lot of people that are chasing dollars still, right? I laugh at the people who came in last year because they wanted to be a millionaire. Um, what fuck are you doing here still? Fuck.
So damn
Yeah.
true.
Yeah,
You know,
you
Yep.
came here to be a millionaire. You lost 80% of your portfolio. Fucking keep on
um,
trucking, though, pal.
it's a good point because I actually said this to someone the other day, and I was just like, there's two ways you can look at crypto right now. Either you can forget about it completely and come back in 18 months when the market's turned around and you're on an upturn, and it's easier then because you're now used to the conditions you're seeing in late 2016 and early 2017. You know how to work it. You know how easy the money can be. You buy anything, wait a couple of weeks, and it goes up. Or if you do want to stick around in the space, then build a project, build a business, sell a service that will keep you going in the next year and a half, where you don't have to then rely on selling your coins that you've got to live. If you can be patient about it, everyone knows in crypto you will be paid way more better if you can be patient and sell into a pump rather than just selling it for the need of selling it.
Yeah.
If someone can wait out a year, 2 years, you're good.
Oh, this is the funny thing I laugh about. Like last year, I guess 2 years ago now, like 2017. Um, but when we would, everybody considered themselves a trader, right? Because
Oh God, yeah,
when the market's going up, um, and there's a very good chance and everything's going up, there's a very good chance you're going to make some money, right? So when in a bull market, it's not really about like losing money, it's just not making as much money as you could have made, right?
Yeah.
Whereas opposed to like people are trying to trade now in a bear market and they're just getting fucking annihilated, just wrecked. You could see by some of these people's tweets, they talk about a trade and the next week's tweets are just so fucking depressing.
Yeah,
You
you can see him talking about buying and selling and this and that, and you look at the chart, you're just like, bro, like
nothing has
there's
happened.
there's no
Yeah.
moves. Like,
So I
yeah,
think
it's hard.
that's a big thing is in a bull market, everybody's a trader because you're like, I took this profit, I could have got this. Oh well. And
Yeah.
in a bear market, it's like, fuck, I suck at trading and I'm not a fucking trader. That's the realization,
This
right?
kind of could segue into someone asked if we were buying alts.
Yeah. I'm not really. I actually got my stuff up running today. Today's the first day that I've had my stuff up running since like July. So I'm actually feeling,
Woo.
yeah, I'm feeling quite in the game today. But no, not overly buying anything right now. I'm kind of watching some of these newer ones. Um, a lot of people are like talk about OTC coins and stuff like that. You got to be careful. You don't want to be just because you get the first OTC coins doesn't mean you're going to get the best price.
Oh, hell no, dude.
So yeah, like there's a saying like the early bird gets the worm, but the second mouse gets the cheese. So you know, I would just hang out and just get that cheese, right?
Yeah.
Just wait until the timing's right.
Yep. I'm being very selective if I'm even buying any altcoins at all. Like, I guess an example I could give, and I've seen it actually is going up today, which is great, is like GByte. Like I mean, I would like to see some like momentum or like some volume and uptick, or like I'm not gonna buy shit on the floor because if anything can drop another 20 or 30%. And that's the last thing I want, man. Have you seen the price of Bitcoin? Like I can't lose another 20 or 30% on these altcoins. So I'm being very selective, but like buying into like some momentum or something, but like so, and not no ICOs. I'm staying far away from ICOs. But it's older projects and more established projects. That's where my money's at right now. So staying away from ICOs. So yes, I am buying some things.
Yeah, there's a lot of coins. Like I think Digibyte just had a birthday recently too. A lot of older coins having birthdays and stuff right now. So kind of just been looking at some of the older coins and that are on a couple exchanges, healthier coins. As for low caps right now, more or less just putting in alerts. I've just got a lot of alerts set. Some of these prices are even dropping below where I would even be interested in buying, but I'm just gonna keep waiting a lot of it out for now.
Yeah, I think being patient is probably really rewarding in this market right now.
Yeah, I've been kicked in the nuts enough, right?
Yeah,
396
it hurts
days
after a while.
being kicked in the nuts. Yeah, so
After a
True,
while, you learn.
It's true. I was just going to say, I mean, if we look back to last January, that does not feel like 12 months ago, 12 months flown by. So if you can just think of it in your mind to think, right, 12 months time will fly by quite quickly. I pretty much don't really need to do much except improve myself and just kind of come back again and look for the, better setups and be patient and take my time. A year is nothing.
Yeah. I'm with you on, you're talking about like working on other things or projects or something instead of trading whatever moves you can friggin' find.
True. I mean,
So,
even working on yourself, if someone spent a year now working on their health, working on their trading, working on their ability, anything, that's a year that's invested in yourself. It's not putting money into random coins and hoping to get rich quick off them. You're invested in yourself as a person, so you're better the second time around. You try again. If anything, it might save you money in the long term by spending nothing now and saving it and investing it in yourself. You might save a lot for when this next bull run comes around.
Yeah, this is turned into like wholesome coin talk. Like
Pretty much, yeah.
Become a better person. Work on yourself.
Pretty much, yeah. Look after yourself.
Build something.
Tell your mom you love her.
Call your mom.
And that's a given anyway, guys. I mean, always look after your mom.
Yeah, you got to. Maybe everyone after the show can call their mom and just let them know that.
Yeah. Call your mom, guys. Let her know.
Wholesome coin talk, man.
I guess we're coming up to an hour now, right, guys?
Yeah,
We're gonna
let me see. I'm sure we're at an hour. Yeah, an hour and 2 minutes, man. So
should we do a quick wrap up before we go?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see really anything else in the comments. Godson says, "What if you mum is gay?"
Oh, come on,
what?
Bro. Allow it. What is business?
you're like suspended off the show for
Just
maybe 2
mum is gay
episodes.
doesn't mean that you can't tell her that you love her in that, man. Come on, bro. You know what I mean?
Someone says we'll be watch the show again in 2 years, laughing hard about how depressed this episode was. It was kind of a downer, but we've also had those episodes in the past. I know, some of the really bad episodes, like where we like, hey guys, welcome to Shitcoin Talk. And it was like, yeah, man, and people are like looking at coins like this coin sucks. We're not gonna look at so. but at the same time, we've had some really hype episodes too. So it comes and goes, man. But yeah, I got nothing for the end of it. If you guys have a last word, I'm good. I'm good on calling your mom and being a good person.
Not really. No.
just be smart. I think that a big thing that I like to say is if the only thing you have in this space is you're reliant on the price of Bitcoin going up, something's probably wrong, right? You need to fix something. So try and find another way outside of just sitting there and staring at the Bitcoin price of generating a little bit of revenue for yourself. And I guess outside of that, yeah, not too much.
Yep.
True. As long as you don't pull a Milky, you know, it's all good, man. Just work for your money out here. There's no shame. I think sometimes we go through these mad bull runs like we had in 2017. Everyone's like, I'm too good to work now. You know, I'm king of the castle. I'm the boss. I'm retired. People are walking into houses thinking they're going to buy them and all that, you know. The reality hits home in a bear market where like, all right, you know what you're good at, you know you can deliver something, just do it, bro. I mean, even if that's an outside world and you've got a hustle, just do it, man. Everyone respects a hustler. No one respects a moaner, you know, someone who thinks they're entitled to something. You ain't entitled to shit.
Yeah.
You're only entitled to stuff that you work for, you know?
Yeah, I agree. Amen on that.
And one last point is like, you guys who know that I've got the proof of review project, you guys out there who are miners, feel free to check out the reviews. I'm going to be updating the website the next week, so the reviews are going to change a little bit as well. And again, you know, the more coins we can get on here, the safer it is for us miners, the more we change the mining industry. Probably the one part of crypto that's still very kind of amateurish right now, but it is getting better, and we are putting out some good reviews, you know?
Yep. Yeah.
So feel free to check it out.
Miners have to watch after our other miners.
Exactly. We got to look after our boys out here, man.
Yeah. We can't let these cards go to waste, man. Can't have our boys selling cards because the coins keep being scammy. So
that's it, you know.
That's it, man. That's it. That's it. Shitcoin Talk episode 69. I think that's it, man. I think we're gonna close it down.
Right. Thanks a lot for watching, guys.
Yeah. Smash the like button. I see one dislike. I don't like that, dude. All right, I'm closing it down. Have a good day, everybody.
Guy who always bro, just go, just finish, man. Just leave. Why
just finish, dude. Just finish.
Bro. Do you know what I mean?
I don't want to yell at this man anymore. All right, Shitcoin Talk. We'll see you guys next time.
See you later.